true to the words on the page and to find that. And I had the luxury of acting with a little girl, so I had the full story to play as the father of Mary. And then it was just a case of doing it. I mean, I don't know, it came together very easily on set. Didn't have an awful lot of discussion about it, and then we just found that, and Dakota's Jane acting at the end is just unbelievably. I was very keen for not to write Mary off at the end of the film. You could maybe think that in the novel there's a tendency you might be able to just write her off as being crazy, and I always wanted to try and present both sides of an argument, as Roth does in his novel. And Dakota does that beautifully with Mary at the end, where you can see that there's an extremism in her beliefs and in the way she's living her life, but there's also there's still a glimmer of hope. There's a connection with the Swede that you can see in Dakota's eyes, and if it hadn't been there, then we could just consider that Mary was crazy and lost. And because there's that hope that I think that the Swede sees in her, that's why he spends the rest of his life waiting to try and get her back, as opposed to being able to let her go, I guess. Oh, I see, yes, yeah, I like that too. Yes. We did see her eyes at one point, at the very end, but it was unnecessary. It's so beautiful, but somehow not to, I think.
Oh no, he means in a previous
Yes,
edit.
in a
Not in this, you're right, in this one there was no eyes.
I'm looking to see if there's anybody in the balcony.
Balcony.
Back there?
Why do you think this story will connect with people?
Oh, wait. Let's go down here and then we'll go there.
Sorry.
Yes, you.
The question is it difficult to act and direct in the same film? It's my only experience of directing, really, is while I'm acting. And I always assumed that it would be quite a good place to judge a scene from, like being in the middle of it. And it is nice. And I wasn't with anyone who required direction in terms of, performance, or really, it was more about steering things or the feeling of a scene or something. And that was nice to be. It's a good place to do it from, I think, being in the middle of the scene with the other actor. I had 3 days at the end where I didn't act, when we shot the funeral scene and when we shot the two reunion scenes, or the two sections of the reunion scenes in the film. And I found that was, it was right at the end of our shoot, and I just missed being on set. It was an odd thing to come in and sort of give notes and then go out. I like to have notes in the scene with the other actors. And I didn't find it to be tricky. I found it to be quite natural. I think the other thing about that is I had 9 months of preparation for this, from when Lakeshore said that I was to direct the movie. I was at the end of 2014, and we shot the movie in September of 2015. So I lived in American Pastoral for all of those months, and I dreamt up, what you see there with my colleagues, and that's an enormous amount of preparation. And of course, the Swede's in the middle of all that story. So as an actor, I was never more prepared to play a role, because I'd been thinking about him for 9 months, as opposed to the sort of 9 days that I usually do. I'm joking. I do much more.
Okay, we have time for one more.
Up here.
Up there.
Yeah. What about the movie do you think would connect the most with audiences today?
So the question was, what about the movie do you think connects most with audiences today?
I think that's a question that you should answer. I don't really know the answer to that question.
We're here to find out, actually.
Okay, well, I want to thank you all for coming, bringing this up.